Have you guys ever wanted to watch anime with me? Well, now you guys can. We watch all type of anime and we do it on a nightly basis. All you guys have to do is follow me on Twitch and click the link in the description to join the Discord. With that out of the way, let's get into the intro. You know, recording in the middle of the day like this is kind of weird. I usually only record at really late at night or really early in the morning. But guys, let me start off by saying this. I absolutely do not, let me say this again, I do not have a problem with Sanji's character at all. And I personally think he's one of the best written characters in One Piece. And recently he's in my top 10, but you guys are going to be like, oh, you made a top 10 video on YouTube about your character. He's not on there. Well, they changed. That's why I no longer do top 10 videos, right? But the problem may not be with his character, right? Even though a couple gags are, well, a bit repetitive and they're a little bit annoying at times, right? But I wouldn't change them. I would probably just limit them a little bit. But I feel like the problem with Sanji didn't really arise until a recent chapter 1005. And we're going to talk about that. But if you guys enjoy regular One Piece content, then make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. With that out of the way, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's talk about the problem with Sanji's character. And I just want to say, a lot of One Piece characters have some gags that we all know and love. Zoro not having a sense of direction, and then we have Usopp and Nami running away from fights as duos, etc., right? We don't have a problem with gags. It's just the amount of times that Sanji's are used just in about every freaking arc. And it's not, like I said, it's not that I don't like his gags. Sometimes they're funny, but they just don't need to be so redundant. He got a nosebleed and gets beat up by women a lot, and it kind of sucks because, and it doesn't make any sense because Sanji, he basically gets nerfed before his fights at this point. Like, realistically, the reason why the fight against Jabra was so close, if you will, was because he had gotten beat up by Khalifa a little bit before and took some damage. And then in recent chapters, when he got kidnapped by Black Maria, I'd say Sanji's, about 70%? He got beat by her brass knuckles and probably some other stuff too. We just saw it off screen. And I personally don't think the matchup was probably going to be Sanji versus Queen, the prince and the queen, and then you have two scientists. Queen obviously showed interest in the Vinsmoke line, etc. But Sanji, it was already pushing it a little bit for Sanji to fight somebody on Queen's level because Sanji is not necessarily there yet. But at the same time, you obviously have to fight somebody stronger than you or above you so you can push past your limits. So him being at 75%, it just doesn't make sense to me, even with his raid suit, even if he incorporates the Diablo Jamba into his attacks. I don't think that he can beat him. And I think that this guarantees that he fights Jack now. And I don't have a problem with him not beating women, not kicking women, because that takes away from his character, and in a sense, it limits his character development. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, Sanji, you kicked Big Mom. Oda actually said that he blocked Big Mom. He did not indeed kick her or try to deal damage in her. He was trying to block her to save Reiju. But at the same time, I don't think Sanji needs to be in situations where he has to be saved. Zoro and Luffy's, well, they're members of the Monster Trio as well, and they don't have gags that affect their fighting. Luffy's an idiot who's obsessed with meat, and Zoro, well, he gets lost and can't find a sense of direction, but they don't inflict any negative things upon their fights. And a prime example of this would be Fishman Island, where he got a nosebleed, and that was a major plot point within the series and within that part of the arc. And him being a perv, it doesn't bother me. I actually enjoy my pervy characters, right? We have Master Roshi, Jiraiya, Mineta, who gets a lot of unnecessary hate. Maybe it's the new gen anime people, I don't know, right? But I enjoy these characters, their actions, but compared to Sanji, their actions, they only get beat up for the gags compared to Sanji, where it actually affects the flow of the story and he gets put into life-threatening situations. And him having gags, they're cool and all, like I said, but at the same time, it doesn't need to be reiterated in multiple arcs. If it happened once, that'd be one thing. But now it's happened, I think, twice. No, it actually happened 3 times with Viola, with Reiju, and not Reiju, Viola, Caulifla, and now Black Maria. And one gag that I actually love of Sanji that happens, and I don't want to seem like I'm just hating on this ninja, I actually love the fact that he goes on his own doing different missions, right? I feel like he's like a double agent or like a secret agent or something, and that's something that I like about his character more than Zoro, right? I feel like that's when Sanji's at his best. Mr. Prince, him going upon the Arc Maximus to save Nami, him going on the train to save Nico Robin, him opening the gates of justice, him and Viola going on their own, and then him going and saving the crew from Doflamingo, him saving Momonosuke from King, him attacking and declaring war on Big Mom's ship. This is something that a gag that makes Sanji a great character. And I think this is only the Sanji fans that do this, and it doesn't make sense to me, but there's a lot of people who be like, oh, well, Sanji, he's stronger than Zoro. Like, come on, guys. Sanji's not a combatant like Zoro. His role is to be a cook. Not saying cooks can't be strong, but it makes sense for Zoro and Luffy to be stronger than him. And I feel like people, they want Sanji to fight people that he's not yet ready for. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, why isn't Sanji on the rooftop? Well, first off, he can't even hit Big Mom because he can't hit women. And second off, do we really think that his Diablo Jamba, it can penetrate Kaido's scales if Luffy's Red Hawk, his gear second, his gear third, without any Rio, it couldn't affect him? I don't think so. And there's people that say that Sanji needs to fight King because King the Wildfire Diablo Jamba, but I don't even know what Sanji with his raid shoot if he's strong enough to fight a first commander. I think fighting a second commander is pushing it at that point. And especially now that he's injured, like, we really think that Sanji full power could defeat King when we already having issues with people saying that Zoro can beat King? And I think the only thing that makes sense is that he fights Jack or Queen, and especially Queen has an asterisk by him because, well, Marco, he's fighting them, Queen and King, 1-on-2, and so he might be able to wound Queen a little bit, and that's how we get the fight. But for sure, Sanji isn't ready for anything above second commander level. And I was going to put this under the gag section, but I guess let's talk about his portrayal with Zoro. First off, we get a lot of stuff talking about bounties, and it's either lower or him only it being increased because of his family ties to the German kingdom, him being a Vinsmoke, and he's always trying to compete with Zoro, and this just something, I mean, I don't want to nitpick on Sanji. This goes both ways between him and Zoro, and I just want to clarify that. And people want to say that Zoro's doing, people want Sanji really to do what Zoro's character's doing, all the monster moments, all the iconic moments that Zoro has, but they're two different types of characters. I will say this, and I will stand by this. Zoro's my favorite character. Sanji's probably like my 8th, 9th favorite character, around that range. Sanji is a better written character than Zoro, but fans like Zoro more because of his savagery, his badassness, and his iconic moments. Prime example, let's take Levi from Attack on Titan. Levi, well, the reason why fans love him so much is because females think he's attractive, for one, and two, he's a cold-blooded savage and a cold-blooded killer. But Eren is a better written character than Levi. And Zoro gets a lot of love because of his savage moments and his cutthroat moments as a vice captain. And people expect this from Sanji. Not saying Sanji doesn't have moments here and there, but they shouldn't be as much as Zoro. Sanji's someone more who moves and works behind the scenes and is more focused on character development than just him being a cold-blooded savage. Sanji's a more relatable character to where for every action there's a consequence or a reaction to. He goes and tries to be nice and save women, and a lot of times he gets caught up, he gets beat and in jailed, or something happens to him. But at the same time, he does cool things, like I said, Mr. Prince and his lobby, and they pay off for him and the crew, and we love that. I think Sanji's character is fine, and maybe a bit, if they were to teeny little bit, stop the gags just a little bit, I think we would enjoy him a lot more. But I personally think the problem isn't Sanji's character, I think it's more of the community itself. But guys, give me your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about Sanji as a character? Do you guys love him? Do you guys hate him? What would you change about him? But guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video from me. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. They're on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to unleash your potential.